Doctors told me I should have slowed down decades ago, but at 92, I still drive myself everywhere and haven't caught so much as a cold in over 30 years. And no, it's not luck or good genes. It's 5 simple habits that changed everything. Some are so basic you might dismiss them, but their power lies in consistency. Here's what I do differently and why you might want to start today. Every morning before my feet touch the floor, I send a signal to my body. It's not exercise, it's not stretching. It's a message that says, today we move, we breathe, we live. I've done this since turning 62. A geriatric specialist once explained that our bodies age fastest in the first 30 minutes after waking. Blood flows sluggishly, joints stiffen, and the nervous system is still half asleep. But while most people jolt into action, grabbing phones and rushing to start their day, I do the opposite. I lie on my back and take 3 deep breaths. I stretch my fingers wide, wiggle my toes deliberately, then slowly rotate each ankle and wrist. Just 90 seconds, but it tells every joint, every tendon, every muscle. Wake up. You're needed today. It might sound too simple, but this tiny ritual sends fresh blood to my limbs, oxygen to my brain, and awareness to my movements. It reduces fall risk, calms my nervous system, and improves circulation. The National Institute on Aging confirms this. Older adults who practice gentle morning mobility report better energy, mental clarity, and balance throughout the day. Still skeptical? Let me share what mornings used to feel like. At 60, I'd wake up stiff as a board, stumbling to the bathroom with heavy legs and a foggy head. Once I even tripped over my slippers because my feet hadn't woken up yet. That's when I realized, if I don't signal my body, it keeps hitting snooze. Now, I never skip this ritual. It comes before coffee, before news. If I forget, my body quickly reminds me. The power isn't in the stretch itself, it's in the habit. Consistency rewires the body, not intensity. Mayo Clinic research shows that consistent, low-intensity morning movement reduces inflammation markers, supports joint health, and helps regulate blood pressure in seniors. That's not hype, that's science. You don't need yoga expertise, no special mat, you don't even need to leave your bed. Just 90 seconds and a message to your muscles, we're still in this together. So ask yourself, when's the last time you truly said good morning to your body? Because aging doesn't happen suddenly. It creeps in during quiet, forgettable moments, and it's in those same moments that renewal begins. Every morning after my movement ritual, I drink something that's kept illness at bay for 3 decades. It's not an expensive supplement or trendy superfood. It's simply warm water with lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. That's it, but don't let the simplicity fool you. This habit is a powerhouse. As the first thing to enter my system each day, it primes my immune response, fights inflammation, and jump-starts digestion before breakfast. Here's the science. Lemon juice delivers vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that strengthens white blood cell production, your immune system's front line. According to the Linus Pauling Institute, vitamin C doesn't just prevent illness, it actively shortens duration, especially for older adults. It also stimulates bile production in your liver, supporting healthy digestion and preventing toxin buildup. Wonder why digestion slows with age? Often it's insufficient stomach acid, and lemon helps correct that. Then there's turmeric, nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory root. Its active compound, curcumin, has been shown in hundreds of peer-reviewed studies to lower inflammatory markers that rise with age and lead to chronic diseases, joint pain, and cognitive decline. Research published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that curcumin supplementation significantly improves immune function in aging adults and reduces oxidative stress. But here's the crucial trick. Black pepper isn't just for flavor. It contains piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric barely enters your bloodstream. Together, these three ingredients form what I call my golden glass. Preparation takes just 5 minutes. Heat water until comfortably warm, not boiling. Squeeze half a lemon, add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Stir, sip, and let it work its magic. I've had this drink nearly every morning for 3 decades, not because of something I read online, but because I felt the difference. When I started, I was getting sinus infections twice yearly and suffering achy joints every winter. I always felt sluggish after breakfast. Within 2 weeks of starting this habit, my digestion improved dramatically. The bloating vanished. My joints felt looser. I hadn't changed anything else. A few months later, I realized I hadn't been sick at all. That was 30 years ago, and I've maintained the practice ever since. Do I still encounter viruses? Of course. But my body no longer welcomes them. It's alert, prepared, and resilient. This golden glass is more than a drink. It's a daily declaration. Just like the movement ritual, it signals to my body, today we're on offense. You don't need expensive protocols or complex regimens, just small, consistent habits that whisper, I care about you. So tomorrow, before the toast pops or the eggs crack, pour yourself something golden. As you sip, remember, you're not just drinking a beverage, you're making a choice for health. I don't walk for exercise, I walk for healing. Every day, rain or shine, I take a 15-minute anti-inflammatory walk. No headphones, no phone, just movement and mindful breathing. Most people underestimate walking, seeing it as what you do when you can't run anymore, a backup plan. But at 92, I can tell you it's the foundation of longevity. In my 60s, I was a jogger. I thought I needed to sweat to stay young. Then I discovered research that transformed my perspective. The simple act of walking can reduce systemic inflammation, regulate blood sugar, boost memory, and even reduce mortality risk by 39%. That's when I stopped chasing intensity and started embracing rhythm. Walking isn't just about forward motion. It's about returning everything else to its proper place. Your joints, lymphatic system, nervous system, even your scattered thoughts. And here's what matters most. I do it every single day. Sometimes it's just around the block, but I never miss it. Not because I'm disciplined, but because I've experienced what happens when I don't. Without my daily walk, stiffness returns. Joints ache, thoughts cloud, digestion slows. But when I walk, everything works in harmony. My shoulders naturally align, knees stay flexible, mood elevates, and by the time I return home, I feel completely reset. There's strong science here. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that just 20 minutes of walking significantly reduced C-reactive protein, a key inflammation marker, in older adults. Stanford research demonstrated that walking boosts creativity and mental clarity more effectively than any seated activity. But what truly convinced me was missing my walk one morning about 25 years ago. I was busy and promised myself I'd do it later. The day slipped away, and for the first time in years I felt genuinely old. Not tired or sore, but old. As if my joints belonged to someone else, as if my lungs had forgotten how to expand fully. That's when I realized walking isn't optional, it's medicine. Now I treat my daily walk like a prescription. Good supportive shoes, a deliberately slow start, conscious breathing, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. I gently swing my arms to maintain open posture. And here's something unexpected. I smile while walking, not because I'm already happy, but because it makes me happy. This simple act activates your vagus nerve, which regulates inflammation, heart rate, and digestion. Research in psychosomatic medicine found that smiling during movement significantly amplifies the anti-stress benefits of physical activity. So I smile, breathe and walk for 15 minutes daily. It's given me decades of strength and vitality. You don't need expensive gear or perfect weather. You don't even need energy. Walking provides it. Your body was designed for movement, and each step affirms, I still can. If you've been feeling stuck, tired or foggy, don't wait for motivation. Put on your shoes, open your door and tell your body, let's begin again, because motion isn't just exercise, it's life itself. There's one nutrient I never skip, not once in more than 30 years. It's not a vitamin or mineral, it's something more fundamental: protein. At 60, I thought I was eating well. Plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, even occasional supplements. Yet I was still losing strength. Energy would crash by mid-morning. I'd forget names, misplace keys, even whether I'd eaten lunch. I blamed age, but my doctor said, no, you're just not getting enough protein. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at processing protein. Counterintuitively, this means you need more, not less, to maintain muscle mass, cognitive function, immunity, and healing capacity. That insight transformed my breakfast completely. Instead of cereal or toast, I switched to what I call my brain and body breakfast: one boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and a scattering of blueberries. Together they provide 25 plus grams of high-quality protein, plus anti-inflammatories, healthy fats, and brain-boosting antioxidants. It doesn't just satisfy hunger, it fuels vitality. Why does this matter so much? Protein isn't just for bodybuilders. It builds immune cells from amino acids. It creates enzymes that repair tissue. It forms neurotransmitters that keep your mind sharp. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults consuming 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal maintained better muscle mass, experienced fewer hospitalizations, and even lived longer. Tufts University research showed that seniors with higher protein intake mounted stronger immune responses to both illnesses and vaccines. It's not just about strength, it's about resilience. Not all proteins are created equal, though. I focus on complete proteins containing all 9 essential amino acids. Eggs score perfectly. Greek yogurt provides complete protein plus calcium and probiotics. While walnuts aren't complete proteins, they're packed with omega-3s and powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Blueberries add antioxidants that tie everything together. This breakfast doesn't just prevent hunger, it creates stability. My blood sugar no longer crashes at 11 a.m. I navigate through mornings with the mental clarity of someone decades younger. Meetings, long drives, appointments, nothing phases me because I start with proper nutrition. It needn't be complicated. I sometimes substitute cottage cheese with flax seeds, grilled chicken on sprouted bread, or a lentil scramble. But the rule remains: never skip protein, especially at breakfast. That first meal determines how your body performs all day. You wouldn't run your car on fumes, would you? So why treat yourself that way? A protein-rich breakfast isn't a luxury, it's essential. And you can start tomorrow, regardless of age or history. Your body doesn't care how old you are. It responds to how you nourish it today. Here's something no physician ever told me. Your mind deteriorates before your body does. To stay truly youthful, you must start there. Every morning before speaking to anyone or checking the weather, I practice what I call mental tuning. It's not meditation or therapy. It's simpler. I sit quietly for 3 minutes and visualize the kind of day I want to experience. I don't focus on tasks, traffic or obligations. Instead, I imagine how I want to feel calm, strong, steady, useful. Then I picture myself moving through the day in that state, confident behind the wheel, clear in conversation, at peace with whatever unfolds. This might sound insignificant, but it's actually my most powerful practice. Your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and reality. That's not motivational rhetoric, it's neuroscience. Dr. Joe Dispenza and Harvard researchers have shown through fMRI scans that when people vividly imagine activities, the same brain regions activate as during actual performance. Over time, this literally rewires your nervous system. You're training your body to remain calm, focused and sharp before leaving home. Why does this matter? Because chronic stress is the primary immune system destroyer, more than germs or genetics. It elevates cortisol, which damages brain cells, weakens immunity, and even deteriorates muscle tissue. For seniors especially, stress manifests differently as confusion, fatigue, and seemingly random illness. But with just 3 minutes of morning mental tuning, everything changes. Years ago, I had a friend my age with a similar health background, but he lived in constant stress, worrying about news, politics, finances. He existed in perpetual fight-or-flight mode. Then one day, he collapsed with sudden heart problems. Though he recovered, he was never quite the same. He asked, "How do you stay so unruffled? Don't you worry about anything?" I told him worry is like a thief, and every morning I lock the door. It begins with intention and culminates in resilience. When you train your mind towards stillness, your body follows. Blood pressure normalizes, immune cells activate, memory sharpens, even digestion improves. A 2016 University of Wisconsin-Madison study found that just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal significantly reduced anxiety, enhanced focus, and boosted immune response in adults over 65, with benefits lasting weeks. Yes, I walk daily, prioritize protein, drink my turmeric tonic, but none would matter without this practice. Your thoughts shape your hormones, and your hormones determine your health. You needn't be spiritual or mystical, no candles or mantras required. Just sit, envision strength, imagine joy. Picture yourself at 92, driving confidently, laughing at traffic delays, remaining vibrantly healthy. And gradually, remarkably, it materializes. So now you understand it wasn't luck, genetics, or some hidden secret. It was 5 simple choices, practiced daily and consistently. 5 modest habits that rewired my physiology and perhaps saved my life. The truth is, you don't need to be 92 to start. You just need to begin. The morning movement, the golden glass, the healing walk, the protein-rich breakfast, the mental tuning, they might appear small, but they're mighty. Health doesn't disappear suddenly. It fades through what we neglect, and it returns the same way through quiet choices that rebuild strength, thought by thought, step by step, bite by bite. If you're wondering whether it's too late, remember, you're still here, you still can, you're already on your way. But there's one more secret I haven't shared. Something I do every night after all these habits, meals, walks and mental practices, something that repairs my body during sleep, and emerging science suggests it might be the missing key to reversing aging itself. We'll explore that next time. Subscribe now so you don't